Hi, I'm Emma and I'm the writer of the blog Mum of Two. I thought I would just have a quick video today of what made me start my blog, but also a little bit about me so you know who I am. So my daughter is now 8.5. She's going to be 9 in August. When she was born, I was a single mum. I was living at home with my mum and dad, and I went back to work and full-time uni when she was about 5 months old. So I didn't really have a lot of time with her before I went back to work. And when I did go back to work, I found it really, really hard. I went through a lot of mental health problems when I started back at work and going to uni. I had a lot of separation anxiety, and I finished off my degree of Bachelor of Arts in Philosophy, and I started another degree in teaching by correspondence, and I found that was really good because I could spend a little bit more time with her as well as finishing off a degree in a profession that I really, really wanted to get into. When I finished my degree, I ended up going on to do casual teaching, and I ended up working full-time at a school locally, and I found it was really, really hard juggling my daughter and work, and I went through a lot of problems with that as well. I met my partner about 10 years ago, and I'll go into that a little bit later, but we ended up getting together and we ended up moving in together about 3 years ago, and that was a whole nother ball game with moving in together. But he's been a huge support for me. And when about 2 years ago, I started working at a school up in Liverpool, which is about an hour and a half away from where I live. So I started to do 14-hour days, traveling on the road for 3 hours a day. And that was a huge juggle between my daughter, my partner and I, and the long hours. I didn't have a lot of time for myself. I didn't have a lot of time for them. And I went through I've struggled a lot with mental problems over the last couple of years. Last year, my partner and I decided that we would try to have a baby, and we fell pregnant about this time last year, and my son is now 9 weeks old. So so we now have 2 beautiful children, and I have this year off work, so I have 12 months off work, which is great because I get to spend time with my son and my daughter. I get to do the school runs, I get to do the afternoons, I get to do all the extracurricular activities with my daughter, and I get to spend some really good quality time with my son. So the reason why I decided to do this blog is because after working full-time for so long and working such long hours, I find I don't get that downtime that other people do. Like, I can't sit and do nothing. I've never been that person. I cannot just sit and do nothing every single day. I found when I finished school and started uni, the days I didn't have uni and I sat and did nothing were my really, really bad mental days. So I came up with the idea that I would start this blog as something to do with my time and to keep myself occupied. I never thought it would get to the point where I would be having these brands, collaborating with them. I never thought I'd get to meet amazing people that I have over Instagram and over my blog. So I'm really, really happy with how it's going so far, and I have some really amazing ideas ahead of this, and I really want to keep it up. Now, my main idea of my blog is, it started off just as a mummy blog, things to do around the house, and it's sort of expanded into empowering women, especially mums, because I found, especially after my daughter was born, I didn't have the confidence. I didn't have that empowerment of myself that I could do motherhood. I never thought I could be the best mom that I could be. That never crossed my mind. I was always very hard on myself. When I had a bad day with her, it was the worst. It was the worst day because I didn't believe it was her. I believed it was me. I thought I was the cause of it. And that, I find, is where a lot of mums are struggling, that they don't have the confidence that they can be an amazing mum. And there are some really amazing mums out there. There's mums out there that they juggle so much and they take on so much, but they don't get any credit for it. And they have that confidence. And I want to empower other mums out there that they can achieve things. They can do things that they want to do, not just their baby, not just their household, not for their partner, but for themselves. I have put on a little bit of weight and I'm not happy with it. I've got to admit, I'm not happy with my weight at the moment. And that's been over the last couple of years. That's before baby as well. That the 14-hour days, the long driving, the stress of my job, I wasn't eating properly. I never got time for exercise. I never got time for myself, basically. So the weight that I'm carrying is not just baby. And I want to lose that weight and I want to get healthy. When my daughter was born, I lost a lot of weight after about a year, because I started exercising every day. I made that time for myself and I was trying to eat really, really well, and I lost about 20 kilos. Now, I want to get back to that stage. I want to get back to how I felt then, because I started that whole process because of the mental problems I was going through. And I find when I start exercising, I feel good about myself. And I already feel empowered in just by exercising. So through a couple of my collaborations with a couple of the brands that I am ambassadoring for, that's basically their motto, their concept of their companies is that they're empowering, they want strength, they want to build that empowerment in other people. So I'm excited about my ambassador brands, and if you're unsure of what those are, please check out my blog. I've got all the information on there, and also discount codes for all the companies that I deal with. Now, I am going to make a few other vlogs coming up about the things that I do around the house and some of the things that I'm involved in. If there's anything that you would like to hear about or want to discuss, please put a comment below the video and I'm more than happy to get back to you. And yeah, if there is anything that you're a bit unsure about, anything about my sort of life that you would like to know about, I am happy to talk to you about it. So yeah, that's a little bit about me, a little bit about why my blog is being created. And I'm hoping that throughout the next couple of months that it's going to grow even bigger. And yeah, I hope that you've enjoyed watching this. And if you have the time, because I know everyone's very busy, have a look at my blog, have a look at some of the ambassador brands that I'm with, and have a look at some of the tips and advice that I have on female mental health and female empowerment. So I hope you all have a really good day, and I will talk to you soon on my blog.